All right, brother. Episode 42. We
Man,
have
42 episodes.
seven. We have 7 movies tonight.
7. We
Yeah.
got
Going.
we got Pain Hustlers. We got Five Nights at Freddy's. We got Ballerina. We got The Mill. We got When Evil Lurks. And I'm drawing a blank.
The Dive.
The Dive. That's the last one, right?
I think that's the last one.
Yeah. We got 7 of them, guys. 7
We got
movies
7.
tonight.
If we didn't say 7, we're gonna get to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, let's get this rocking.
Let's go.
I'm ready to go. All right. Welcome again to the Faces for Radio podcast as we present By the Numbers, where we take new releases, streaming, video, or theater, and we review them, we score them, we let you know what we thought. I'm your host, David, aka the 4K Lowdown, and my co-host is
Rich, aka Turner Fan 77. How you doing, man?
Dude, I'm doing better. I've been sick for about a week.
Yeah, you have.
But I'm finally starting to get my voice back. Which my wife is very disappointed about, but otherwise, doing pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Well, let me tell you something that happened this morning. I was going to tell you in the green room, but I decided to save it for the air.
Let's do it.
We have kids, right, man? We worry about them all the fucking time.
Oh, yeah.
So this morning I was making breakfast for supper tonight. I had made breakfast in the casserole, throw it in the oven when it's supper time. Anyway, I'm in the process of making it. I get a phone call. My phone rings like at 10 till 7. I'm like, who's calling me? I say it's my daughter, my oldest one, Madison. She calls me crying. She's like, Dad, I was in an accident. I was like, whoa, what happened? And she's like, I hit a deer. And I was like, calm down, and my heart's racing, trying to stay calm. And she said, Malia's okay. I'm okay. And so that's how my day started. It was just that panic of, fear for your children. So
oh my goodness.
Yeah. Man, if you're a parent, you understand how that adrenaline goes through your heart. Mm-hmm. So that's how my day started, man. Everything was okay. Car's probably totaled. But
yeah. But yeah, not for someone who knows what it's like to hit a deer, it's because that's happened recently with me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just glad she's okay. I'm glad everybody's safe. And yeah, that's an interesting one to deal with. So yeah, I got a call from my dealer saying that the part that I needed to get my light replaced, because it's not the light bulb, it's the assembly, is bad, but it's covered under the warranty, so they fix it for free. Well, they called me today and said, hey, the part's in, come in at 3:00. And I'm like, cool, no problem. I got a podcast, but I can make it happen. I get there at 3:00. They spend an hour working on it, and then they tell me that it's the wrong part. So we'd drive back home with my tail between my legs and do the podcast. And now I have to wait another 3 or 4 days for them to try to get the part again. And hopefully it's the right one.
Did they compensate you with anything for the wait? Did they compensate you?
Yeah, they gave me $10 for gas money.
Oh, that's in California.
Yeah. $10 for gas money. They were like, here you go. And I'm like, cool, I guess. But yeah, I guess I'm driving from Three Rivers, so it's an hour one way to get to the dealer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, $10 let it cover it. But yeah, speaking of, it's all good. Caveman's in the house. What's up, Caveman? Getting the cookie tonight. Hit the like button.
Caveman?
I really appreciate that, you guys, if you do. He's watched 2 of these movies. I'd be interested to
Awesome.
know which ones.
And
Corey's in
Caveman.
the house. What's up, Corey, my friend? Thank you so much for
What's up,
joining
Corey?
us. Looking forward to having you on a future By the
I
Numbers
know.
episode.
When you told me that, I was excited, man. I love it that he wants to join us.
Yeah, no, it's great. I talked to him on Instagram after the Spirits with Spirits Halloween episode. He joined Caveman and we had a great stream.
Awesome.
Really awesome to talk to him. I think his chemistry will work well with us. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to get him on the show.
And speaking of Caveman, I wanted to say it was nice to actually chat with him because I haven't been on the live with him before or an Instagram live. So it was nice talking to Caveman over there on your Spirits with Spirits.
Yeah, I want to thank Caveman for being on that show. That was a lot of fun having you and Caveman with us.
Well, that was blessed.
As John and I were talking about just hundreds, pictures and videos and crap that we find on the internet, seeing if we think it's real or not. And that was a blast. I had a lot of fun talking and shooting the shit. It was just, it reminds me of when we do our Film and Friends episode. I think that's what it'll be like, to where we're just shooting the shit, talking about movies. And that's going to be really awesome. Miss Caveman, thank you so much for being here. Hey to you, and thank you for being here. And Corey saying hey as well. So what do we got? My household has hit way too many deer this past year. I bet. Live in Kentucky for 27 plus years, and I've never hit a deer.
Yeah. The deer here is huge.
Knock on wood. I think the universe knows I'd be scarred for life if I ever did. I know. Holland is in the house.
What's up, Holland? How you doing, man?
In one of these, hope it's first place for you two. I hope so too. I think let's see, what was, first place. It was kind of a surprise. I think our first place.
I don't know because he doesn't tell me, guys.
Yeah,
I don't like
it was a surprise, but interesting. Jay is in the house. You are
What's
not
up,
late,
Jay?
my friend.
You're not late.
Thank you so much for being here. Sorry, here I have two deers and a dog. Definitely cost me a few bucks. Yeah. So yeah, my count is 3. I hit 1 deer and 2 deer hit us. So I had one that rammed head first, full speed into the side of my car.
Hey, hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, something just happened. I'll be right back.
Okay. Corey, had so much fun streaming IG with you all. Stayed up way too late, dude. Yeah. I'm kind of glad that Caveman's phone died while we were doing that. We'd have been on so much longer. And dude, I was sick. I was like, man, I really need to get some sleep, but I love talking to these guys. So yeah, we were up to like 1 a.m. my time, talking to these guys until Caveman's phone died. And then I was like, that's perfect timing. I was about to turn into a pumpkin. I need to get some sleep. So yeah, but yeah, that was a great stream on Instagram Friday night. It was awesome.
Sorry, I missed that. I was so long, so I had to work.
Yeah, but everybody's saying hey to each other.
And thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Yeah,
we really appreciate each and every one of you.
Yeah, we love having you guys on. So thanks you guys for watching us live, and I want to thank everyone for watching us on replay. Before we get to
hold on one more fucking time. Okay.
Jay hit a coyote. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, as far as deer, I mean, tons of squirrels. I kind of gave up on trying to swerve and miss squirrels. There's just too many of them up here. Chris was great too on IG. Yeah, Chris was awesome. That was the first time talking to Chris, and yeah, we're now friends on Instagram too. Chris was cool. I really liked talking to him. But we got formalities to get out of the way. We'll do that in a second. Before we get actually rolling, we had an issue that happened last week, and so somebody who shall remain nameless at this point commented about our show, and the comment was very negative in its connotation, and it was directed toward guests that we've had on the show. And I want to say, and I know you guys will probably agree, that negativity toward people is not allowed. on my channel or on Rich's channel.
Yeah.
So definitely for the Faces
No.
for Radio, we do not approve. I do not appreciate being told negativity about me, but I'll take that. If you're gonna you ever say stuff about me, fine. But when you say stuff about guests that we have on the show or something like that, I don't appreciate it. I let Rich know, and we agreed
Instantly
totally.
pissed me
This
off.
person was completely banned from our show. And this person, every comment that this person has made has been negative and never comments during the live stream. This person only comments after. And I got fed up. So I
With
just
all
want
the
to let you guys
negativity in the world, this is a
yeah.
safe place where there'll be no negativity. No
We
matter
don't
what, it won't
need
be
that.
tolerated.
No, we are all about inclusion. Everybody is allowed to have a voice here. And I let that go the first time
You
because
sure
the
did.
negativity was just directed toward me. And I was like, okay, fine. That's the way you feel about it. Everything is subjective. Totally okay with that. But when you start bad mouthing guests that we've had on the show and telling us how to schedule our stuff and how to do no, I don't appreciate that. That's not going to happen. I welcome anybody that comes in and wants to disagree with our reviews. I have no problem with that. Because all movies are subjective. I would love it if a movie that Rich and I didn't like, if someone else comes in and says, "Hey, I like that movie because of this." Great. I love to
And
hear
we
about
love that discussion. Yeah.
yeah, I love to have that discussion. I will definitely keep those comments, but when I get negative comments about people, I will not tolerate that. Those comments will be removed and that person will be banned from the show. And I just don't I didn't appreciate it and it really upset me last week. So I wanted
Yeah,
to
it
at
did.
least
And
touch on it.
it pissed me off because the people that we have on our show, what's up,
What's up,
Harrison?
Harrison?
They're our friends, first and foremost.
Yeah. And
And
Evan,
that
you're
if you
exactly
talk
right.
shit about my friends, then I'm gonna have a fucking issue with you.
Yeah. No, I don't appreciate that at all. If you're just gonna tell me, dictate who I should have and not have as a guest on our show,
Yeah.
I'm just not. No, I'm not here for that. You don't talk bad about my friends, and that's all there is to it. If I would love, as Evan says, healthy debate. I would love
Yeah.
a healthy. If you want to debate reviews on movies, but if you're going to sit there and call me names and say bad stuff about me or say bad stuff about guests that we've had on the show, not cool. And I just wanted to get that out of the way before we get to the
The
good
fun
stuff.
begins.
Before the fun begins, we have 7 movies that we're going to look at. Before we do, I want to call out and thank Spotify for podcasting because they take the audio portion of this podcast and put it out on on Spotify and other live streams like Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, Castbox, Radio Public, and Google Podcast. They give us sponsors, they set us up, and as we get more people following us, they give us more sponsors. So if you guys haven't followed us already on Spotify, please do. That gives us more and more opportunities to get out there.
And we appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that. All right, so let's get to our movies. Like I said, we've got 7, so we're going to try to whip through these. And I don't know if we can get under an hour and a half, but that's
before we do that. The only shit talking I won't take, or I should say take, is from Evan.
it's from Evan.
He's the king shit talker.
Yeah, if you're going to be on the live, there's shit talking, and then there's negativity. Hate is not tolerated, but shit talking, yeah. If you want to talk shit, I'm here to talk shit. I have no problem with that. Totally fun. I love when people make fun of you, Rich. It makes me so happy. I love when
Evan's
people
pretty
make
good
fun
at
of me. And they're good at it, and you're good at receiving it, and it's just it's an awesome conversation, but it's all in fun, and people only do it because they like you. So I mean, even the person who was complaining about me, you were the only bright spot on the show. This person only liked you, which is where the negativity toward me is like, it takes 2 to tango, and you shouldn't do a show by yourself. And I'm like, Okay.
Yeah, that
Um,
person made no shit. It made no sense. I just read his
I'm like,
comment.
my
It made
shit
no
talking
sense.
is streaming with love. It's steaming
Yeah,
with love. Yes,
Evan, we love you, man.
it's wafting. Yes, the love is evident in your shit talking. We really appreciate it, Evan. We love having you on the show.
Mhm.
The Disney show was a blast. I can't wait
Maybe
to
you'd be a future guest on By the Numbers.
yeah, by the numbers or a future top 10 or
Has he done a
maybe
high five?
even, yeah, Evan's done a high five
Okay.
this year. He did the last summer one before we
Okay.
switched to the monthly ones. I think he was either Evan or Michael was the last one, but I think it was Michael and then Evan. But yeah, it was you weren't able to do it because you
Oh,
had to
maybe
work.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
you
right.
weren't on. So all right. Let's get to our movies. And okay, there Notting Hill. Yeah, Notting Hill.
Oh yeah, that's right. I like that movie. That
Yeah.
is right.
Oh, you were on the show, right? You did
Yeah.
do it. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you like Notting Hill. I liked A Good Year.
Yeah.
He totally recommended stuff for
Mhm.
us, which was
Yeah, both
awesome.
of us.
Yeah, you were there.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think that was a requirement. Evan's like, Rich is gonna be there. We're gonna do that. But yeah, no, you missed the last two with Mel and with
Yeah.
Mika and
Mika.
Kira, which those were so much fun. I love doing the horror movies with them. Um, if your shit is streaming, it's diarrhea.
That is true.
If it's streaming, yes. If it's streaming, it's diarrhea. If it's steaming, it's fresh. So we're gonna jump into these movies right now. And I can't no, there was one movie that I did not like in
Me
this
too.
group. And it's not the lowest score either. It's not the lowest scored movie. But let's get to the lowest scored movie. So I th- I think you know what it is, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and hazard a guess.
The Mill.
Yeah, it's totally the lowest scored movie.
Yeah.
So
I love this dude.
Lil Rel Howery, I mean he's pretty much the only person in
Yeah.
this. It's really centered around him. He has to carry all the weight. And I didn't hate this movie. There's just nothing to it. There's
No, there
nothing.
isn't.
There's nothing. The whole this could fit. I would love it if this was like a 20-minute movie. If
Yeah.
this was
That's all it needed to be was a short.
yeah, like the one that we saw with the pregnant woman and Alfred Woodard that was like 20 minutes or 30 minutes or something like that. If this was that, I think it would have been great. But they spent way too much time with the whole this is what we're going to do. So this is part of the Huluween special thing that they did. So it's on Hulu right now. The synopsis reads, a businessman mysteriously wakes up in an open air prison cell with only an old grind mill. Forced to work as a beast of burden, he must find a way to escape before the birth of his child. And yeah, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's not, yeah. Evan says,
What did you think of his acting?
Watch this. I actually thought there were parts of his acting that I liked. There were certain things. The dialogue, I didn't like the dialogue, but he's pretty much is talking to himself or he's yelling at the computer. So it was a lot of F-bombs and a lot of I can't be here. I'm not supposed to be here, blah, blah, blah. And then there's the conversation with the neighbor, which was interesting. And I was like, I recognize the voice of the neighbor.
Yeah.
I was like, I know who that guy is. And then I went and I was like, oh yeah, okay. I figured that guy out. And he's also in one of the other movies that we're going to talk about tonight too. So that was interesting. Shouldn't say carrying all the weight about a robust person. No. Well, if you see, or let's say he was pushing all the weight around in this movie because that was exactly what he had to do. So Tiana's in the house. Hey Tiana, it's good to see you.
Joining us tonight.
But yeah, so basically he's working for this company called Mallard. Did see it or did not, Jay? I think I just want to make sure that's not a typo. But if you did see it, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it or read your thoughts. But yeah, we were like, okay, that's what I thought. Didn't see it. Thank you. I was like, is that a typo? I think it's a typo. The plot's very simple. He's drugged. He's put in this prison cell thing, and he's basically got to grind this mill, this giant stone wheel. He's got to push this wheel around, and that's
So many
all
rotations.
he does all day. He has so many rotations, a quota that he has to fulfill in the day, and then he either gets rewarded or punished. And then apparently someone gets terminated if they have the lowest number of revolutions. And there's a whole bunch of people.
Are we gonna spoil who put him in there?
No, I don't want to spoil it. I mean, I don't think this is worth watching. Okay, so here's the thing. I didn't think this movie was very good, but for some reason I want a sequel.
Dave, that makes no sense.
Right?
Right?
But do you remember the last line of the movie?
Yeah.
I want a sequel. I want to see what happens.
Yeah, and now that you say that, I want to see what happens next.
I want a sequel. I want to see what happens now. Now that I know what's going on, I'm like, what the hell is going on? I don't understand what they're doing. And that's what made this was so, there was, like I said, there was nothing to this movie.
No.
It was just okay.
The best part of the movie is probably the last 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, no, that's when the movie finally makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's the last 5 or 10 minutes. And then with the answers to the question, let me ask you something.
Sure.
How did he not know all along?
Yeah.
That this was happening.
I didn't get that either.
That was weird. Because I was like, okay, he was kidnapped, put in this room.
And also, are you familiar with the show Severance on Apple TV Plus?
I haven't seen it. I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
Well, Severance, the gist of Severance is you go into your workplace and they wipe your mind while you're there. So you don't think anything outside of home, outside of work. It's just, you don't remember anything. But when you leave to go home, they wipe your mind again where you don't remember anything at work.
Right. So they bring all your home memories back and then.
Yeah. It's this. I don't want to spoil it. The last 10 minutes gave me that vibe.
Okay. And I would love to give you more pictures, but all the pictures are
that's the whole hour and 20 minutes.
This is the whole movie.
Yeah.
He starts out with the suit on, he finishes with no suit on.
And then it's the same look he has in the whole movie too.
It's the same look he has in the whole movie. He's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the hell. I'm not supposed to be here. But it was really weird.
And I did like the tech in this.
Well, the prequel titled The Wind. I don't know. Yeah. Definitely I think the sequel will be titled Burn, and the prequel maybe like Wind. I don't know. If you're going windmill, but it isn't that kind of mill. It's like one of those mills that grinds wheat.
Yeah.
But there's no wheat in there. There's nothing that he's just spinning this stone wheel. That's
rock
all
on rock, yeah.
All day. He's just rolling this rock around. And I was just but once you start to get an idea of what's going on, I was like, okay, I found I had to get to the end of it because I was like, I need to know what the hell, why. I need to know why. What is going on?
Very boring.
Yeah, really it was very boring. Like right off the bat, I'm like, okay, what's happening? Okay, I see what's going on. And then there's just a whole bunch of that for 45 minutes of just that. And you're just like, okay, I am so done with this. I wanted to shut it off. I kept going because I'm like, I have to know the end of this. I need to know what's on the other end of the equal sign. And then, no, a grinding wheel for wheat, like a big stone wheel that you use to grind wheat with. It's like the stone trough, the circular trough, and then you have a handle and you're trying to push it. I tried to get a shot of it. You can kind of see it in the background here.
The background right there.
if you blow that up. So he's got this big giant stone wheel that he has to push around in a circle all day long. From 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. and then that's it. And he's got a certain number of revolutions that he's got to complete in the day, or he gets punished. And then, if you do well, you could get rewarded. And then, I don't know, man. I was like I said, I was like, this is not good.
It's not.
But when I finally got to the last like 5 or 10 minutes of it, and when he gave me that last line, I'm like, okay, now I need to know what happens. I need to know where it goes from here.
Because
So
yeah,
but I don't know. I don't feel this is where the watch. I would say if you're gonna watch it, watch the first 5 or 10 minutes and then the last 5 or 10 minutes, and that's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
And then you'll get it. You'll know exactly what the whole movie was about. But
then you'll be in Dave's shoes. You want the sequel.
Then you'll want a sequel. But otherwise, I would be hard pressed if you got a sandwich and some chips and a bottle of water. You still wouldn't want to go through this.
Yeah, I say skip it. No, it's not.
I say skip it. Yeah, it's called a grist mill. Yes. Thank you, Miss Caveman. Yes, it is called a grist mill. But yeah, so our highlights on this,
not much.
We both gave a 7 to the acting.
Yeah.
I actually gave an 8 to the ending because that made me want more.
I gave it a 6.
Yeah, you gave it a 6, and then we both gave 6s to the story. Yeah. Because it took a really long time to do what it needed to do, and it didn't need that
too.
Now this could have been just
yeah.
Just like I said, this could have been a 20 or 30-minute movie and it would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they use water wheels to grind wheat. At least in Kentucky and Tennessee they do. Okay. Well, I don't know. I've never grind wheat or turned a stone wheel. Be like, no, hell with that. When I'm not liking a movie but want to know what happens, I go to Wikipedia to read the plot. Saves me from wasting my time. Okay, sure. But for our show,
we go
all the way.
Yeah, we go balls deep.
We go balls deep. We put both balls in, and we just we go through it. We get it done. And then we wipe off and then move on to the next one.
Oh shit.
That was so bad.
That was pretty good.
But yeah, this is one. Yeah, I don't recommend it. I just like I said, the last 5 or 10 minutes, the last line of the movie made me want a sequel. Otherwise, absolutely this movie was not. I didn't hate it. It just wasn't. There just wasn't anything to it. It was like
there's no meat on this.
It was like it was like a fart that didn't smell. It was just kind of it just and you're like, okay, there wasn't anything to that. But all right, I hope you feel better after that was over. Ball deep in steaming shit.
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right, let's go to our final scores. On the Mill, coming in last place, or 7th place. Definitely not the wiener tonight. IMDb gives us a 5.3. Rotten Tomatoes critic score and audience score 45. Rich, you gave it a 53. I gave it a 57. Our average score 55. Not good. What's up, Reed? Thanks so much for joining us, brother. Appreciate it.
Spicy.
Okay. What's next? What do you think is next?
I am going to go. I want to say fair play, but I am going to go The Dive.
Interesting. The Dive is actually one of our better movies.
I want to talk about that.
I definitely want to talk about that. Our I need to make sure that you scheme. I wrote down the right scores because I'm afraid maybe I messed up,
No.
but I don't
Oh,
think I messed up. Our number 6 movie is Five Nights at Freddy's.
oh yeah, I forgot about that piece of shit. Sorry.
Okay, that makes sense now.
Oh yeah, I
So
forgot.
Jay Manley goes 5. So Steve is in the house. What's up, Steve? Um, yeah, Five Nights is my guess. Yeah, no, you're exactly right. Five Nights at Freddy's is our number 6 movie, and
this felt very cookie cutter.
I did not want to watch this movie. But because it was coming out in the theater and Peacock at the same time, I was like, okay, let's just go ahead and watch it on Peacock and get it out the way. So this is brand spanking new. This just came out. And yes, very cookie cutter. Yeah,
I liked
Reed didn't like it as well. And you know, Holland saying, hey,
the animatronics, the puppeteerism looked fantastic.
I did like that. So my good scores are like in the technicality part of it, in the technical stuff.
I don't remember what I scored it.
I know I have your score, bro.
Yeah, I got it here.
But so I gave this a better score, but yeah, I mean, like I would say 10 minutes in, I knew exactly what was going to happen. I knew exactly who the bad guy was. I knew every step what was going to happen in the movie. The only thing is that the trailer deceived me. The way that the trailer came out, I thought that Josh Hutcherson, who stars in it, is the older brother of the little girl. And I should probably read the plot in case you people don't know, but I think you guys are in the know, so you know what's going on. But I will say, it says a troubled security guard begins working at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. During his first night on the job, he realizes the night shift won't be so easy to get through. Pretty soon, he will unveil what actually happened at Freddy's. That's a real way to beat around the bush there. Appreciate that, IMDb. I love it. But okay, so there it is. Gotta see if I can pull up. See how much it's made.
I made 78. It made I think 78 million opening weekend, and then 150 worldwide on opening.
It's made that much. Holy balls!
Yeah, it's made a lot of fucking money.
What a crap! Holy crap, dude! Yeah, it's made 147.5 million.
Yeah, that's worldwide.
That's worldwide.
I think it was 78, 80 million.
Domestic almost 90, and international 58.
I hate to say this because kind of dovetail from this. They're tracking to 80 to 90 million for the Marvels. Yeah. This is going to do better than the Marvels. I think the Marvels is going to open. This is me going on record. I think the Marvels is going to be very disappointing. It's going to be about 60 million, 60 to 70 million. I think that's what the opening weekend is going to be.
Okay. All right. But yeah, no, so it had a budget of 20 million, made 147 million. I'm impressed. I'm impressed for something that came out on streaming at the same time. People are still going to the theater.
Think about that. Now, if they didn't have faith in this movie, they wouldn't have put it in theater or streaming too. Yeah. Fuck. Imagine the money it would have made if it wasn't on streaming.
Yeah.
Probably add another 40.
It probably would be like 180 million right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if do you really like it or do you really not like it? Or you really think it does seem like preteen.
Yeah. I thought these were books until somebody said, hey, no, it's a video game. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that.
What else do you say? It's supposed to be a simple story. It's introducing teenagers to these stories. Okay. Because their balls.
Oh, you gotta say it, bro.
Man, okay. Their balls hang low. They wobble to and fro. They can tie them in a knot. They can tie them in a bow. They can throw them over the shoulder like a continental soldier. Their balls hang low. Yes. But I did not go balls deep in this one. This was like, I was like, okay. Now I'm serious. There's one point, and I don't want to say it, if you haven't seen the movie, I don't want to say it, but there's one point where as soon as that line comes out, I knew exactly what was going to happen the whole time after that. But okay, good. Really like it. It's books and video games. Okay. Well, yeah, this is totally like
This was made for Evan.
I'm gonna make Chuck E. Cheese a horror movie, is what it felt like to me.
I'm kidding.
But I'm just like, I didn't hate this, but I'm okay with a one-time watch.
Yeah, I don't ever need to see this.
I'm done. I'm glad I didn't go to the theater to see this. I'm glad I watched it on Peacock.
Yeah.
There were a couple things that were funny. I did not care for the kill scenes here, mainly because there wasn't enough blood for me. But this is supposed to be.
You're fucking weird.
I get it. I'm a sick bastard. I get it. It's fine.
Speaking of sick bastard, let's talk about fair play. I'm making a mental note.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh no. I've got some comments about fair play, but yeah, I was like, I gave this a pretty decent score because I do think it plays well to the preteen, early teen years. And I think it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be PG-13. I do like that. I haven't seen it yet, but heard it was super tame. Yeah, no, it's super tame. Yeah. This is watered down, total vanilla. No, I mean, really, there's no real surprises in this to me. I was like I said, there was this one line in the movie, and as soon as the line happens, I knew everything that was gonna go on. And I can't say the story came together well for me.
No.
But I was like, okay, I'll go with it. Fork of the universe, I'll deal with that. I did like the animatronics. I liked the monsters. I dug that. I liked what happened to the babysitter. I'm just gonna say that.
It did get you
work. Would have never seen it in theaters, but bought the game this weekend. Okay. So it got your money. Yeah, you threw your wallet at it. But yeah, I mean, they're a couple of I'm like, okay, I'm looking at that and I'm like, okay, Chuck E. Cheese. And then I'm like, okay, there's some creepy elements. There's some decent stuff. Like I said, my best scores here are in the technical stuff. I think the cinematography is good. I like the soundtrack. I like the way they did the sound effects. But where it lacks, I think, is story, acting.
Matthew Lillard, I'm sorry, he's a one-trick pony. I haven't seen him stretch at all through his whole career. He plays the same type of character. There's just no. I don't know how to say.
There's no depth. There's no depth to him.
Yeah. And Josh Hutcherson felt like a robot when he was acting. I think the animatronics had better acting skills than Josh Hutcherson.
And Josh Hutcherson's a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know if he phoned this in or if he just didn't know how it was supposed to be. Yeah, it seemed like he phoned this in. I think the best actor here is the little girl. She did the best in the whole thing. I didn't even like the cop girl, and I didn't like how she fell into the story. I was like, and I was like, really? Yeah. Okay, so, but yeah, I said, no, this is another one. I didn't hate it. I'm glad I got the experience. I will probably not watch it again. I did give it a pretty decent score because I think it does. It does have its. Yeah, I did. I'm higher than you by like 10 points. But still, not my favorite movie of the week. Let's go to our highlights for Five Nights at Freddy's. And okay, so your highest is an 8 to the cinematography.
Yeah, because again, it looked The animatronics were beautiful in this.
Yeah, and I was a 7 for cinematography.
Yeah.
And then you had 7 for wild card, so did I. So I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so I gave an 8 to the music because I like the music. I like the soundtrack. Because it was, total 80s stuff and I dug it. Then and you could tell the period. So this was not 2000s, this was like 90s.
Mm-hmm.
What it felt like early to mid 90s. Because they still had the wall phone with the
Mm-hmm.
with the rotary, and then there was nobody had cell phones or anything like that. But then you see like cars driving down the street and they look a little bit more modern. I was like, okay, I'll let that slide. Matthew is great in the Bosch TV show. Small but great. Okay.
I've never seen it.
What's up, Cal?
What's up,
Thanks
Cal?
for joining
How
us.
you doing, man?
Cal's on the show. Appreciate that. All right. So yeah, I think where you were at a 5 for the cast, I was at a 7. So that's something. I also gave the plot a little bit higher a score than you. My ending and story were both 7.
Yeah, you definitely scored it higher than I did.
I scored it higher than you.
Mm-hmm.
But we both had an 8 for something. And then I think, cinematography. And then I had an 8 for the music. I had a 7 for cinematography. But yeah, I was like, it wasn't great, but it was cool. It was just, it was what it was. And just everybody saying, hey, fist bumps all around. Oatmeal. Okay, Corey. Not sure what that snorkel. I don't know. Cabbage. I do something like that. But let's go to our final scores on Five Nights at Freddy's, coming in 6th place. Here we go. IMDb is giving this a 5.6. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 28%. Audience score 89%, which it's now 88%. It's gone down since yesterday.
Yeah.
Rich, you gave it a 56. I gave it a 66. Average score 61. And that's taken our number 6 spot tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bosch, love that show. Rest in peace, Lance Reddick. Yeah, rest in peace. I never watched Bosch. I didn't watch that at all. But heard good things about it. Oh, okay. I get you.
Oh yeah.
I just thought that was a random word that you were just saying, spitting out some kind of random word. I was like, oatmeal. Now I understand. That makes way more sense.
We're slow.
We're slow. We're old. We're old. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't. Mango. I don't. So coming in at number 5 is a movie that I thought should be higher, but because of the average score, it ends up just a little bit lower than
I think. Is it because of my score?
Yes.
He's like, yes, you bastard.
No, well, this one, the low score here is mine.
Oh.
But in the other movie, your score is higher. like a little bit higher than I expected. And I was like, oh, so that put it just a little bit ahead of this one. So coming in at number 5 is The Dive. And I kind of like this.
Oh, I like this a lot.
I dug this. This was a surprise for me. Animatronics look fantastic because they were made by Jim Henson's Creature Shop. Yes, I did. I like the animatronics for it.
Yeah,
Pain Hustlers. I think you might be surprised on where we're at with Pain Hustlers.
Okay, before we get I watched this, and how was the sound for you in this?
I didn't have a problem with the sound.
Oh man, it was fantastic. I mean,
I liked the sound. I thought the sound was great.
Man, I felt like I was underwater. I mean, legit. Yeah. I mean, it sounded amazing. I was hoping that you had the same effect
Yeah,
when you
no,
were watching it.
I had the same. Yeah, I like the sound. The sound
And
sounded great.
you could hear the bubbles in the air,
Yeah,
the air bubbles. Oh, dude, it was perfect. I loved it. I felt like this was very, what do you call it? Confinement movie. It felt
yeah,
like,
confined thriller. Yeah,
yeah, this gave me that vibe so
yeah.
much.
No, it gave me that vibe too. Now, so if you think like what was that 47 meters down, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
but this is
with
better.
this is better, where the shark cage comes, and crashes
Mhm.
and pulls her down, and she's stuck. This is different, but this is better. This felt way more natural
Yeah,
with what
and the
happened.
acting's better.
The acting's better, and this it only centers around these two girls.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna read the synopsis. It says two sisters go diving at a beautiful remote location. One of the sisters is struck by a rock, leaving her trapped 28 meters below. With dangerously low levels of oxygen and cold temperatures, it is up to her sister to fight for her life. And yeah, I like this. This was,
me
again,
too.
it's a confined thriller. It's only the two girls. I did recognize both girls from other stuff. I
I only
couldn't,
recognize one.
but one of them has my last name, Sophie Lowe. So I knew. I was like, okay, hey, I don't know if she's related or not, but bonus point for having my last name. I'm totally going with that. Um, but yeah, so the two sisters, and there's definitely something going on. One of the
Mm-hmm.
sisters is
Who's the dude's
definitely
mom?
like I was like, it seemed like one of the sisters like just got out of rehab or something. Like she was just ragged,
Yeah.
right? And really, really closed off. And they're just doing this trip. And they're like, okay, we do this trip every year. And I can't tell what you're thinking. I can't tell what, but they go on this dive. And one of the sisters gets stuck in a rock slide. And so they're trying to figure out what's going on. And nothing goes right. Nothing goes right
Not
for
one
them
thing.
during this movie. It's like, okay, all you gotta do is go up and get the spare tanks. Can't do that. Go get into the car. Can't do that. Go find help. Can't do there's all kinds of stuff that's going on. And in the midst of this, she's 28 meters down, and the sister keeps trying to at least keep her alive as she's trying to figure out a way out of this. And I kind of I kind of figured the tables would turn a little bit. And I like how it happens. I like this movie felt natural to me.
It did.
It didn't feel forced. The acting was solid.
Way
I
better
was
than
like
I thought it was going to be.
way better than I thought it was going to be, because after The Mill, I was like, oh man, I don't know if I want to watch these movies on Hulu. This is on Hulu, and this one I
No,
would
this was a
recommend.
digital.
Oh
This was
no,
a
this was
digital
the
release.
digital, wasn't it? I thought
Yeah,
this was
because
one
you
of the
said the
Hulu.
DVD was out.
Yeah, I thought this was one of the Huluween ones, but no, this is on physical.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I saw the DVD of this at Walmart, and I almost grabbed it, but then I'm like, no, I'm gonna watch it first. But I think I might go buy it.
Was it
I think I
DVD or
might.
Blu-ray?
It was a DVD, because it's RLJE,
Okay.
which is the same company that does all the Shutter releases and
Mm-hmm.
IFC. Um, but I'm probably gonna look for a Blu-ray and
Yeah,
get the
because
Blu-ray
this
of this.
the picture on we watched it on Vudu.
What's
Oh,
up,
what's up,
Dell?
Dell? It fucking looks fantastic.
It
Um,
was. It was beautiful. The
yeah.
underwater thing, they had the view from above where you see the cove and you can see the
Mm-hmm.
cliff go down in the water. That was gorgeous.
Yeah.
I loved some of the shots that they did here. And
Imagine that on Blu-ray.
yeah.
Was not a.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this was fun. I really enjoyed this. I was like, dude, I'm liking this movie.
Yeah, this I didn't want. This had my full attention because it sucked me in right away.
Yeah. I mean, at first I was like, okay, yeah, sure, they've got intercoms on there for masks, and I was like, okay, but the way that it went,
Mm-hmm.
I got hooked right away. It kept me interested all the way through. I liked beginning, middle, and end. I liked how it progressed. Um,
It had great foreshadowing too.
yeah, Yeah, great foreshadowing. The only thing with the story is I kind of wanted to know more about what happened
Mm-hmm.
with the older sister. Why,
See,
you know,
I took it as one of them was the mom's favorite, and the other, one of the mom didn't really favor one of the daughters.
that's
That's
interesting.
the
I
way I
thought it was
took it.
centered around the dad. I thought the dad did something.
She said, "Well, I thought she said, of course, mom, or said, because one of them
Yeah,
said
well,
something about
like
the mom."
because yeah, one of the sisters moved back in with the mom,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Oh, of course she did." But I think that was centered toward her. I
Oh,
think
okay.
I think one sister resented the other one. Is kind of what I got, but I thought like the dad seemed to um I don't want to say punish because it wasn't a punishment, like be more strict because they learned how to dive from their
Mm-hmm.
father.
And you
And
get
I
little
think
tiny flashbacks of
you
that.
get little tiny flashbacks of this of they're diving with the dad, and they were like, okay, what would dad do here? I knew we need to,
Mm-hmm.
how would dad react to this? How would that go on? Um And we want to say hey to Sarah. What's up,
Hey,
Sarah?
what's up, Sarah? How you doing?
Good to see you. No volleyball practice tonight?
I hope you had a wonderful weekend.
Yeah. So everybody's saying hey, saying hey. Um, man, no, she missed last week's episode because
Yeah,
she had volleyball practice. So, um, and I'm just like, oh man,
we
yeah,
always miss
Dill
Sarah.
hasn't seen the dive, but I did go see that sorry ass Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, we were just like, oh, it's tomorrow night. Okay. Um, good. Yes, I'm just I'm just jazzed that you're playing volleyball. I think that's
Yeah, that's
cool.
awesome. My daughter
I
loves
I
volleyball. All
I
three of my girls love volleyball.
Yeah, no, my daughter loved volleyball too, but she was always really, really short, so she'd just take that ball right in the face when they would okay. Um, but yeah, this was cool. I was just this was a nice surprise. I mean, I can't give it a super high score because it's really just centered around these two. But like I said, these shots are just amazing.
Yeah, the picture doesn't. The photos that you have
The photos
doesn't
don't
do the
do it
justice.
justice. I wish I could really like take it
Yeah,
from what we watched because it
because the
was so good.
colors pop.
The color scheme was so good.
Yeah.
Going going to area ending volleyball for the year. Oh, okay. Um, but yeah, no, this was good, and I like this a lot more than the movie that's coming in at number 4.
Uh-oh.
Um, but the score is the score. That's what
Yep.
happens. But I'd watch this one every day and twice on Sunday before I'd watch the next movie that we're going to talk about. But let's go to our highlights on the dive coming in fifth place. I think this is underrated.
I agree.
This is definitely worth a watch. And like what kills it is the cast because you gave it a 1, I gave it a 2. Because it's just the two girls and that's it. You
Yeah,
get a little bit where you see the dad, but I have no idea who
I
the
didn't
dad
know
is.
who it was.
Um, but
But
you
hey, I
gave
want to know where the
yeah.
hell did that person go with the bike that was in the tower?
Yeah, what the hell's up with that?
Yeah,
With the scooter? I'm like,
yeah,
did he just where the hell did that dude go? So, and it was it, because I was like, was that a mission? Was that a just a it looked like it just like a maybe a lighthouse, but there
yeah.
was no light.
No
It was
light.
just like a
Yeah,
cross on it. I thought it was like a little mission or some kind of church or
yeah,
something. But yeah, there was where's the dude that's supposed to be there? It was like,
yeah,
but yeah, there was I don't know. That was weird.
yeah.
Um, I'm like your daughter, too short, hated volleyball. I love watching it though. Really well. It's great game. And yeah, just um, but yeah, that was the one that was like, what? Come on.
Yeah.
Geez, Freddy's is not that bad. You have to judge it along the lines of Goosebumps. That's what it felt like a Goosebumps movie.
I don't like
I,
Goosebumps, so
I'm not a Goosebumps fan, but it did feel like a Goosebumps movie. Okay. But don't worry, I'm used to I'm always on Rhode Island. Yeah, you can sit
yeah.
there on the island. We'll send you some food. It's fine. Um, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't hate Five Nights at Freddy's. I was just like, okay, one and done. I'm glad I didn't go see it in the theater and actually like pay real money for it. So, but so back to our highlights. So you gave a 10 to the cinematography. Absolutely agree with that. I actually gave it a 9. And I think it had something to do with the rock slide. That seemed pretty fake, but I absolutely loved the shot. Love the shots.
Yeah.
And then you gave 8s to the ending, story, and direction. I gave an 8 to the ending, and then we both gave 7s to the acting. We gave 7s to the script. I gave a 7 to the direction. We both gave 7s to the wild card. Like I said, it's pretty. And I hate to use the word solid because I was given crap about saying that too many times, but it's solid across the board, except for cast, and that's where it hurts.
But that's okay.
That's okay though,
because
and I think
again,
that
the cast, if it was a big, I think it'd take away from the movie.
if it was like 2 like super duper famous people, I mean, kind of like I don't want to say super famous people, but in the 47 meters below, it was like Mandy Moore and some other dude that kind of took away from the intensity of the movie. This movie, like I said, I recognize these two by face, but I couldn't remember their names. But I liked how they worked together. Their chemistry was good together. Their acting was good together, and I think it worked better for this movie because it seemed like it was natural. Like you were there with these two girls trying to figure out how to save as one of them was trying to save her sister.
Do you have a budget for this at all?
Did you see the surprise on my channel? I have not been to anybody's channel in a while, Sarah, and I'm sorry, but I have been all month of October. I was so busy with doing all these different shows, and I just didn't have a chance. So I have not had a chance to be on anybody's channel for the most part, unless I was actually doing a spot. I don't think I have a budget, but let me double check. I couldn't find one in one spot.
I had 2 surprises.
No, I just have a gross budget, a gross worldwide of 1.1 million. So it actually made money in the international box office. It made $6,000 domestically.
Australia?
No, it's I don't know where it was released here, but it was a limited release by IFC. But it was released in Russia, United Kingdom, Mexico, Turkey, and South Africa, and it made just about $1 million.
This is a great watch.
I could not get a budget.
This is a really good. I recommend this one.
Oh, channel from Dave. No, sorry. But as soon as I have time, I will go and check out people's stuff. Yeah. I promise.
Only so many hours in the day, and we got
there's only so many, plus I have a regular job I have to do. Plus I had to spend like the last 4 hours going to the mechanic and not getting anything done, and then coming home. Both of Jack Black's Goosebumps movies and most of the ones on TV were better than Freddys. Being made for kids is fine. Treating them like idiots and not giving them much what they came for isn't. Jeff, thanks for joining us, brother. I appreciate you being there.
Well, you lost me at Jack Black because I don't like Jack Black.
No, he is not a Jack Black fan. Neither am I. I don't care for Jack Black at all.
Yeah.
I made this surprise new edition. Check it out, and when you Rich, okay, yeah, we'll check it out.
Man. We will. Most definitely.
But yeah. So let's go to our final scores on the dive. Let's close this one out. IMDb is giving this a 5.6. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 64%. Audience score 41%. Rich, you gave it a 67. I gave it a 65 for a Faces for Radio score of 66, coming in 5th.
Wow.
I said it's not bad. I think this is worth a watch, and I don't think the score does it justice. I think it's better
I
than the
think
score.
of the last 3 movies we scored here tonight, this is the one I would recommend.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, it holds your attention. Looks beautiful.
Are you afraid of the dark? Our first movie is Fire, though. Yep. But yeah. Okay. Number 4.
Uh-oh.
Is Fair Play.
I liked this for the most part.
I didn't like this. I didn't.
I like
some,
this woman in it. She's hot.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, but I like the look of her right here on this poster. I ain't gonna lie.
Respectfully disagree with that one, Dell. My son is 12, love to friends. Okay. We thought it challenged the kids, subject matter, especially what happens with the little brother. Okay.
I get that, yeah.
That's fine. I don't mind disagreements, and I absolutely love respect. So as long as as long as you guys are cool with it, I am too. Not a Jack Black fan either. That should tell you how much I hated Freddy. This came in from the woman's point of view. I really like this movie. 3 left, and my horse is still in the running.
Okay, so before we get really into this movie, there's a scene in here made me think of you, Dave, and because you made me watch another movie, it had the same fucking thing in it.
Oh, yeah,
yeah. You will forever be tied to that scenario.
Yes,
forever.
Yes, flip the script for once. A woman went, oh, okay, yeah, this, okay, I have a bone to pick with this movie, but
you picked that bone.
Rich, like that flow came early. No, yes, this, okay. Now, starring, and the guy's name is
Han Solo.
Yeah, it's Han Solo. It's Aiden something or other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Aiden. I can't. Iron Reich. It's hard to pronounce when I'm looking at it.
I liked this movie.
And you guys, this is available on Netflix. So if you guys want to watch it, fine. I mean, I think acting wise, Eddie Marsden is in it. He's great in this.
Mm-hmm.
This has a pretty good cast.
Yeah. I don't know why this chick just like did it for me.
I don't know. She didn't do it for me, but I liked her. Yeah, so there's nothing there as far as no releases in the theater. No money, but it does say it was released in Australia, Japan, United Kingdom, Germany, and Italy, but I don't have any money on it. So maybe nobody went and saw it. But or maybe they just don't have the numbers. But yeah, I don't have any numbers on it. No budget or anything like that. But let's talk about the synopsis on it. It says, in an unexpected promotion at a cutthroat hedge fund pushes a young couple's relationship to the brink, threatening to unravel far more than their recent engagement. So this couple, they both work for a hedge fund, the same hedge fund, and where fraternizing in the workplace is frowned upon. You're not supposed to shit where you eat, and that line is actually used in the movie. And so these two, they get engaged, and there's a promotion up where everybody thinks, and the rumor goes around that the guy is going to get it, but the girl gets it. And I'm thinking, great, more power to her. I think that's awesome. And then, of course, the relationship unravels because the guy doesn't know how to handle it. Rich, you are so easy to please. We can tell by the 100 movies in your top 5. Hot women equals Rich's top 5. I personally, I didn't find this woman attractive except
There's
for
just something about
her boss level bitchiness. I was like, I'm totally here for it. I was like,
yeah.
I liked how she was as a boss.
Mm-hmm. She can boss me around. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. She had a, she had a couple requirements of her fiance, and I was like, all right, yeah, I'd do that. I'd be okay
Yeah,
with
right.
that. But yeah, Eddie Marsden was, I thought he was really good in this, as he's like the main boss.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's kind of like, kissing his feet, as so to speak.
And there's a scene in here. There's a scene that bugs me when he goes into this fucking office. Who fucking does that? I mean, come on. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, toward
With
the
Han
end.
Solo going in there.
Yeah, yeah, when he's and yeah, when he basically like fucks everything up.
Yeah. No,
Uh,
not that. I'm talking about when he drops to his knees.
Oh, that when he goes to the boss.
Yeah, when he goes to the boss.
Yeah, no, that was fucking stupid.
Yeah, I'd be like, who the fuck? That's the gripe I have.
No wonder.
It's
I wouldn't promote that guy. I'm like, dude, if you're to come here and tell me, no, I want you to kiss my ass, but I don't want you to tell me you're gonna kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't know if you checked it. Okay, yeah. So gets down on his knees. Yeah, gets down on his knees.
Yeah.
Basically,
Your Honor always sucks him off.
If he had a ring, he'd have proposed. If he had the ring on her that he gave to his fiance, he'd have given it to him. And then the one of the dude from the mill, the only other voice you hear in the mill is in this movie, and he's doing some kind of self-help gobbledygook crap that this guy is watching and getting all kinds of wrong advice from. and it's just going crazy. This I don't care about hedge funds. This is where the whole thing just lost me. I was not interested in the whole plot.
I get that.
I was not interested in the plot.
I liked the evolving of the relationship. That's what I liked.
Yeah, but I found that predictable. I was like, I knew that was going to happen. What I didn't know was going to happen was the end. I did not peg that at all. And I was like, whoa.
You talking about the bathroom scene or the end?
The end.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that either.
The bathrooms, and I was Kate. See, I'm caveman. I'm right with you on that. The bathroom scene bothered me. Because that's one of my my lines in the sand. I mean,
yeah.
I will, as we talk about many times, I will watch period blood all day long.
You have fascination with period blood.
That's natural. I don't have a problem with that.
It's not natural when it's on your face.
I'm gonna say it's been on my face before, so I'm not knocking it because it's
hey, you gotta eat.
I was gonna say I've earned my Red Wings. I've got that. So, but totally different thing. But yeah, I did not. That's a totally different path. I didn't want to go down, but I have these deal breaker storylines, these deal breakers in movies that I don't like, and one of those is rape. And I'm gonna spoil that. There's what it could be considered a rape scene in this movie, and that shut me down.
See, I don't take this out of context. I don't mind rape storylines. You don't have to show it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You can talk about it. You can imply that this individual was raped. You don't have to show the graphic.
You don't have to show the act. You don't have to, you can insinuate, you can be messed up afterwards. Okay. Agreed about the job place would have been easier to follow if they were in more mainstream job setting. I was like, when they were talking about, oh, you could sell it this, and this guy's doing this, and this I have no idea what he said. I didn't understand it. It didn't, but I was like, okay, whatever. And I don't know, would it have worked in a more mainstream workplace environment? Maybe, but at least I wouldn't have had to worry about trying to concentrate on what the heck was going on with the job. Not the kind of period piece that I enjoy. Um, so Rich, I have a gray version of that shirt.
Awesome. I have a red. I have this in red, blue.
He's got lots of
and
Batman.
black. Yeah, the same shirt.
But yeah, so that, I mean, that's where I shut off. But I think the ending was surprising. It didn't end how I expected.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay. And then I was a little concerned with, I really thought that someone was going to die at
I
the
did
end of
too.
it.
I was like, oh shit,
I thought someone was going to die at the end of
Yeah.
this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a newspaper setting or a law office. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, a law office, maybe. I think something a little bit less complicated, because hedge funds and all that kind of, I was like, okay. Maybe, or just, I don't know. Maybe they seem to focus on that too much. And if I don't know enough about that industry, that business, to be able to make any heads or tails about what's going on.
I like the
Some
thing they
movies
did
it
with
works
her.
for cause and effect. I get that.
If with her, this character was, they didn't, you know how he was insinuating she slept her way to the top and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I like that she didn't. I like that.
Yeah.
She just earned it. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I thought that was great.
I agree about the rape part, but it lost me when she flipped and kissed him back in the beginning in the bathroom scene. Okay. I'm going to touch on that because there's still love there.
Mm-hmm.
They were engaged, they were in love, and I think even though they hate and love, to me, are the same emotion. There's just more violence with hate. Sometimes it depends on who you're loving. But so I could see the kissing happening personally. What the slamming on the counter and the things like that's, I was kind of like, okay, my line is reaching. And it wasn't really until later that I was like, okay, why did I not like that? And then I went, oh, okay, now I understand. Because at first it didn't seem like a rape scene to me.
Yeah.
But later
Until you saw her face.
Yeah. The ending was unexpected, but I admit I was practically clapping. I get it. I totally get it, because it does not end how you think it's going to end. I thought she was going to give in when he started to cry. I dug that.
Yeah.
And it was just like, clean my floor and get out. It was just like, it was really matter of fact about it. But I really thought she was going to stab him. I thought she was going to kill him. I was like, and I don't.
And I wouldn't have liked that.
No, I wouldn't have liked that either. Yeah. But, or I thought, he was going to throw her out the window. I don't know. Yeah. I thought that was going to end way more violently than it did. But I really thought that she was the victim.
Yeah.
Until that point.
But again, I enjoyed this. What's our highlights?
Let's look at our highlights. I just got a message on Instagram, somebody promoting our channel, so thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you.
Gotta double check. I think it was, it's Movie Buff Grant. Thank you so much for
thank you, man.
People our way. I really appreciate that.
We appreciate you.
The rape scene could have been way worse. It could have. I've seen way worse. If there's one, there's a movie that I watched with Dakota Fanning called Hound Dog, and if you guys have seen that, you know exactly what I mean.
Mm-mm.
And
was there some controversy with that movie?
There's some controversy with this movie, and I'm just gonna say that
I think that's why I avoided it.
Dakota Fanning was like 12 or 13.
Yeah,
she did this.
Yeah, and anything with kids, I'm out.
No, but yeah, there's a rape scene in that movie, and I shut it off, and I'm like, and I would tell people, because I was working at a video shop at the time, and I was like, I can't recommend that movie. I can't.
Yeah. They need to have a new rating system for Red Wing
I mean, yeah, they just say rated R, but then they say smoking, rape, suicide, graphic violence, nudity, adult content, and you're like, okay, I gotta know, but how much? What is going on? If it's smoking, I don't think that's bad. If it's somebody smokes, but suicide, okay, are they talking suicide? Do you see it happen? Like I said, is it insinuated? Is it the
I
end
don't
of it?
mind suicide scenes.
As long as they play an important part of the movie, and
Right.
if they're just there, then I don't appreciate it. But like anything, put some context in there. And really, that thing in Fair Play, that scene, I don't know if it was needed. I think
it was needed.
I think
because
it
you wouldn't
I
get
think
that
it
powerful
mattered.
moment.
Yeah, I think it mattered because of the end.
Mm-hmm.
But at the point when it happened, I was like, is this really necessary?
Yeah.
But then the end happened, and I was like, okay, now I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the rape scene was toned down to make the viewer question if it would get addressed at the end. Yeah, I get that. That totally makes sense. And that's how I felt about it. I was like, okay, was that did that go too far? Is that because that felt too far to me, but I wasn't sure if that I don't want to say the words that people say when someone gets accused of rape. And so I'm not going to say it, but I was thinking it, like, was that supposed to be like that? I don't, but then it was like she had the mark on her face, and I'm like, okay. But yeah, no, dealing with kids is never easy. And I don't like that. Yeah, I have a horror movie that I blind bought, and it was called Megan is Missing, and I can't bring myself to watch that movie anymore. And I've just totally drawn the line on that one. It sits on my shelf and collects dust. I will not play it in my player. But I won't sell it to anybody. I won't give it away. I'm keeping it. It's awful.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I Spit on Her Grave. Also, yeah, the original I Spit on Her Grave.
Yeah.
That's one I don't own. I've seen it, and yeah, it definitely left me.
Yeah. And I can't believe they
no pun intended. It left me raw. It did. Yeah. All right. So let's go to our highlights on Fair Play. And I will say this is definitely a one and done. I will not watch this movie again. But acting wise, pretty good, and that's evident by the both of us giving the acting an 8. And then Rich, you gave 8s to the story, the script, and the music. I gave 8s to the ending. Like I said, the ending really surprised me. And of course the acting, but that's it. I gave 7s to the script, the direction, and the wild card, which you gave a 7 as well. But let's go ahead and throw down our final scores on Fair Play. This is on Netflix, you guys, if you want to watch it.
I say check it out.
I think it's a good movie, but I didn't like it ultimately. And I was like, I'm glad I had the experience, but I'm out. So I'm not gonna recommend it, but I think it's good. I think it is worth watching. It's just not me. I personally did not like this. But our final scores, IMDb gives us a 6.5, Rotten Tomatoes critic score 86%, audience score 52%. Rich, you gave it a 69. I gave it a 64 for an average score of 66.5. And that's why it ended up higher than The Dive, because it ended up 66.5 to The Dive 66.
Yeah.
Dave, try baby powder. It helps with rawness and chafing. Thanks, brother. I use Gold Bond. It's works wonders for me. Especially when you're putting on a latex bodysuit, you got to have baby powder.
Oof.
All right. Speaking of that, let me while you guys try to unsee that, let's go to our number 3 movie. What do you think our number 3 movie is this week, brother?
I am gonna go When Evil Lurks.
You are absolutely right, my friend. When Evil Lurks comes in 3rd this week.
And this was a surprise for me too.
I liked this, bro. This was brutal. This movie
It
was
was.
brutal.
That scene right there, I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
oh,
This I was like, oh,
yeah.
why are you doing? Why? Um, now, okay, so this movie is on Shudder,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So this is on Shudder right now. It's in Spanish. And I did not even look for a dubbing option. I didn't know if there
I
was
don't
one.
never do. I would
I
just go
don't.
with the subtitles.
I just went with the subtitles. I know Netflix will default to the dubbed, and you have to switch it.
Mm-hmm.
But this one defaults to the subtitled, and I was like, cool, I'll just deal with that. But I like this. It does not take my top spot for horror movie of the year, but
Oh no, not by any. No.
I liked it. It's interesting. Now this one did come into the theater, so let me see if I can
Oh, it
find some
did?
more. Yeah. It was actually, it came out like the same time as like Saw X and Exorcist Believer and all that. It was like right around that same time.
This movie's better than Exorcist.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I'm sad to admit that because I really wanted to like it.
I really wanted to like The Exorcist too.
Yeah.
But Exorcist wasn't terrible. It just wasn't
terrible. It was fine, but
yeah.
It just, when you're trying to live up to the home run and all you can do is a base hit, then it looks bad.
Look at you using baseball.
Right? Come on, you love me. I was like, I did something with a baseball reference. How about that? We should mark that. We should save that for the future. I couldn't find a budget on this, but it made just over $500,000. 544,000 domestically, was not released anywhere outside the US. Although it does say there was a release in Russia, but I don't have any money on it.
The damn commies get all the movies.
I guess so. It just says domestic box office 544,000.
Probably East West Coast thing. A couple nights.
I guess. Yeah, I guess so. It just really interesting. But let's read the synopsis on this in case you guys don't know. I know our buddies Mika and Kira really like this one too.
Mm-hmm.
It says in a remote village, two brothers find a demon-infected man just about to give birth to evil itself. They decide to get rid of the man, but merely succeed in spreading the chaos.
The gore in this didn't look fake. It looked very. This had to cost a good penny.
Yeah, the gore in this was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
This was, this was the best. This was the best gore I've seen all year.
I would have to agree with that. I really would.
Absolutely. I had some issues with the story. But it's, I don't know if it was a language barrier thing, but what the hell is that instrument for? What the hell does that
either? It looked like it was a stargazing thing.
It looked like it was like a sextant or an astrolabe or something like. And I'm like, you're using it. You're supposed to use it to exorcise demons or something.
Yeah.
But they never did it. They never tried. They never got the damn thing to work.
Okay, now there's one scene in here that made me jump. But I saw it coming.
Yeah.
But it still made me jump.
The dog.
I won't say like jump, like, oh shit, it scared me, but just like, oh fuck. The dog scene.
Yeah. With the.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. I knew it was going to happen. It's coming. The dog was smelling the clothes. It's going to go crazy. And then it was, oh God. I was like, huh.
Yeah. And they don't show it either. Really?
No, they were really clean about it. I got to say. And
that was, that made my skin crawl.
Yeah, First thing I thought was a sextant, right? It was like this giant, like it had a tripod and a telescope thing on it. And I was like, okay, how I wanted to know how that worked. I wanted to, give me so it didn't have to work every time, but at least, like set it up and tell me how it's supposed to work. Um, but they didn't, and that kind of bugged me. But
Mm-hmm.
it was like, okay, so and it was like, okay, when there's a demon, you got to get rid of it, and if you can't, get rid of it, it's going to start spreading and infecting more and more people. It treated demonic possession like it was some kind of virus.
Mm-hmm. And I kind
That's
of like that.
and I kind of liked that.
Mm-hmm. Kind
Reminded
of a
me a
new
lot.
take.
Was that?
It's kind of a new take for me. I've never seen that done in a movie like that.
Yeah. Jay hasn't seen it. If you get a chance, this might be
It's
worth
on
a watch.
Shudder.
If you're okay with Spanish movies, but I thought the acting was good here. I thought,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, it's freaking gory. It
It
is
is.
like
This
crazy.
gore was better than
Crazy.
Saw X.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. This Barry Saw X as far as the
Mm-hmm.
gore goes, and I liked the gore in Saw X,
Mm-hmm.
but that's American gore. This is like
Yeah.
gore. Don't have Shutter
But
yet.
you can get Shudder for like $5 with commercials.
Yeah, you can get AMC Plus and get all that stuff. Yeah, but
Yeah,
you can
AMC
get
Plus
Shutter.
with commercials
Yeah, you
for
can
like
get AMC
$5.
Plus for $4.99,
Yeah.
and you get ads and stuff. But you get AMC Plus and Sundance and IFC and
Mm-hmm.
all kinds of stuff along with Shutter. But this will come out physical pretty soon.
It does.
I think so. I'm trying
And
to
this is
see.
another. It's Shudder is a lot of misses,
Mhm.
but every now and then you'll get. I think we've had 3. This will be our 3rd one. We had that one with the seance in the room and with the what was that called?
You mean Host? Is that the one?
No. They looked like they were from. It was take place like in the 50s or 60s. They were out on the
Shit. The like Brooklyn 45 or something.
something like that. That was a
Is
good
that the one
movie.
you're talking about where
Yeah,
the guy locks him in the room and then kills
yeah,
himself? Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
good.
Brooklyn 45. I like that one.
A
I
Black
like
Girl and a Monster.
Yeah, I liked Influencer. I thought that was good.
Oh, I forgot about Influencer. So we got 4.
There's
And then this
like,
one.
yeah, I would say like a half a dozen maybe that I liked, and then
Yeah.
but then there've been some turds.
Oh, a
So
lot of turds.
um yeah, Shutter has a 30-day free trial if you want to do it first. That's right. Um but yeah, if you want to do a 30-day trial, you could catch this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a DVD release date for it.
Yeah.
At least not yet, but I think this should get a
Yeah.
DVD release. I think this should get a physical release. I'd buy it for sure. Um, but yeah, I mean, I couldn't show like a whole bunch of stuff because it's like super gory, but it doesn't it 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 does not play like a typical American film. It does not end like an American film. The the gore is unbelievable. Like if you see the thing on the front, you see the thing on the poster there,
Yeah.
and this woman basically hits herself repeatedly with an axe, and you see it, and you're like,
Yeah. I mean, they don't
I'm like,
shy. There's no shying away from it.
no, it's not. Oh, they don't, throw the camera to the side and you just see splatter. No, you see
No.
her doing this with the axe, and
I
you're
was
like,
like, oh my
holy
gosh.
crap.
And I'm not a gore person, but I liked the gore in this.
Yeah. I prefer English. I do too, but you can't sleep on the foreign films. Sometimes they're really good.
Yeah,
Uh,
we've learned
we've
this
come full
one film.
circle on that. I
Yeah.
think we pulled a 180. Sometimes I know for the most part last year we strayed away from the
Mhm.
foreign movies, but this year with by the numbers, we were like, you know what? We're doing some horror movies, and Netflix in particular has done some gems.
Yeah.
Um,
And they never get talked about, really.
yeah, the CGI was evident. Yeah. So what'd you want? You wanted that real? But um, but yeah, no, I mean, but the CGI blood in here was pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was impressed.
Yeah.
I liked it. I was totally on board with it. I dug it all the way through. It was just yeah, I just wanted to know more about how they never
Yeah.
really showed you how to get rid of the demon. They never really
They just told you
actually
to
did
kill
it.
it. You
They
had
just told you, okay, there you can't kill it. They were like, you can't shoot it because it'll spread. You can't kill it because it'll spread. You've got to do the special prayer. You've got to do this thing. And I'm like, okay, so I'm thinking like an exorcism, but
yeah.
then there's this artifact that they use and I'm like, okay, how does the art? You know what it reminded me of? Now that I'm thinking about it, it reminded me of the 3 seashells in Demolition Man. That's what it reminded me
You're
of.
right.
You
You're
never
absolutely
know
right.
how to take a shit in the future because I don't know how the damn seashells work. And likewise, I have no idea how to exercise the demon in Mexico because I don't know how that damn astrolabe works. So
Definitely check this out, guys.
I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, I think this is worth a watch, even
Mm-hmm.
if you are not a fan of foreign films. Um, I wish it would be dubbed so you could go for it. But I would even if you have to just mute it and watch the gore, it's worth it for that. Just watch the death. Just watch the gore and the
Yeah,
carnage in this movie because it is phenomenal.
it is.
I would say, yeah, definitely, probably top 5 horror movie of the year for me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Um, let's talk about our highlights for it. There you are. When Evil Lurks. So yeah, let's see. You actually, yeah, you gave an 8 to the cinematography. And then you have 7s for acting, plot, story, script, and wild card. I put a 10 to cinematography, a 9 to direction, and a 10 to the wild card. Oh, and a 9 to the ending because I loved how it ended because it does not end your typical way.
No, it
I
doesn't.
also put 8s to acting and to script. But then yeah, 6 to the story because I had some problems. 6 to the music, where you went 4. The music is Mexican. You have to kind of get through that, but there's one really good song in there that I liked, and then of course we're both at a 4 for cast because it's a foreign film. But yeah, I think this is worth a watch. Have you all seen or watched Barbie? No Hard Feelings, Little Mermaid, Robin Holiday, new releases, old to new movies.
We haven't
Yes,
done Roman's Holiday.
yes, no. So we haven't done Roman Holiday, but we have done Barbie, No Hard Feelings, and Little Mermaid, all reviewed in past episodes. And I'm going to say, in that order, no, yes, no.
Pretty much.
As far as how I felt about it, No Hard Feelings, loved it. I like No Hard Feelings. That was
Yeah.
a blast. Barbie, I did not like, but I see I get it. I get the appeal to it. Little Mermaid, didn't like it, but I was so confused on how to score it because I thought I didn't like it because of me, but it turned out that I didn't like it because it wasn't good.
We got breaking
Uh,
news that's not movie related.
mhm.
We have a World Series winner.
Oh, somebody won? Okay.
Yeah. I won't
Was it?
spoil it just in case somebody's watching it. But
Yeah,
there's a winner for the World Series.
don't spoil it. 3 seashells, one of the universe's greatest mysteries, right?
Yeah.
I don't mind getting blue balled by the sextant. Okay. All right. That's fine. I just like, I would have liked to know, even if you just kind of explain the ritual, but it never actually happened,
No.
I'd be like, okay, just tell me how the damn machine works. Um, let's go to our final scores on When Evil Lurks, coming in third this week. IMDb is giving this a 7.2. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 99%. Audience score 57%. Rich, you gave it a 62. I gave it a 77. Our average score 69.5.
You said 69.
69.5. So 69 plus a half. But yeah, not bad. We got 2 more left. We're an hour and a half in. Let's move on to our number 2 movie, and that is Pain Hustlers.
Oh, so our number 1. I did not see that coming.
Right?
Oh man, I did not see that coming. I've seen people shit on this movie.
That, and the critics kind of shit on it too. I'm interested to kind of let you know the scores on this from IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, because I was surprised. I liked this.
I did too, for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, it's what is it, something that I'm interested in? No, not really. But the cast is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's based on a true story, so
Ish.
It's like based, it's inspired or whatever.
I will say I have not enjoyed a Chris Evans movie since Endgame, and boy, did I love him in this.
He was good in this. I liked him in this too. He was very,
asshole-ish.
Kind of he was a prick, and I bought it. I bought into it. Rich, when you say breaking news, you're supposed to actually give the news.
Well, I didn't want to spoil it. I wanted to say it, but
I did enjoy Pain House. Yeah,
but
that's funny. It's like, no spoilers, but guess what? We have a
World Series winner.
Yeah.
And I'll just say it's not the National League team. Dave's like, I don't know what that means.
I have no idea. So it was American League, but
yes, American League. Oh.
The only reason why I know that is, because football has the same thing: National Conference, American Conference. So I know that there's a National and an American League, but
and that's just sport talk for the night.
Yep. But we'll see. August, September, October movies, cool. Pain Hustlers wasn't that bad. Came out shortly after Painkillers.
I've never seen Painkillers.
I've never seen Painkillers either. Andy Garcia was great in this. I liked Andy Garcia in this. He was a crazy bastard, and I think it worked. Especially when you talk about who it's based on.
Yeah.
And because I didn't realize that, because the names were all changed. But so let's read the synopsis for those of you that don't know. Liza dreams of a better life for herself and her daughter. Hired to work for a bankrupt pharmaceutical company, Liza skyrockets with sales and into the high life, putting her in the middle of a federal criminal conspiracy. And it wasn't until the end of this movie that I realized what this was based on, or who this was based on.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, I remember that guy. That's a crazy bastard. And then Andy Garcia's role in this totally made sense. But yeah, I don't care about this. Well, I didn't want to lead to that, but yes, rest in peace, Bobby Knight.
Who's Bobby Knight?
Bobby Knight was a basketball coach.
Yeah. He died. He passed away.
He passed away, 83 or something, I think he was. But yeah, he just passed away today.
Oh, rest in peace, man. I did not know that.
But getting back to Pain Hustlers, this is centered around fentanyl, which is nasty.
Coming in our country like crazy right now.
Yeah. But I
won't get on my soapbox, I promise.
Yeah. They're getting into, they were giving it to cancer patients who were resistant to opioids because they'd been taking opioids forever. And fentanyl was a way to reduce their pain, but it was only supposed to be given to cancer patients. And there was this huge scandal about pharmaceutical companies giving it to other people with like migraines and shit like that, and just writing scripts for just about anything, giving them this painkiller, and people would get so addicted to this because it is a hugely addictive narcotic. It's nasty. So this is kind of a story based on that whole thing, that whole conspiracy and what went on. But I thought the cast was fantastic. The acting was great. This is on Netflix right now. It just came out, you guys. So if you get a chance to watch this on Netflix, I do recommend it. But yeah, the critics are kind of shitting on it a little bit, and I'm not sure why. I think it checks all the boxes. And there have been a lot of these based on true stories that have come out, and I've liked them for the most part. Um, and this one was no exception. I like this too.
Yeah.
Yeah, writing
Emily
off brand.
Blunt.
Emily Blunt, she's so
good.
awesome. Rest in peace, Bobby Knight. Painkillers on Netflix. Yeah. Oh, okay. Painkillers on Netflix too. Limited series. Okie dokie. I will take a look at that.
I'll be
As
honest,
far
I won't.
yeah, the subject matter I didn't care for, but I did like how the story came out. And not, like you said, I think this is Chris Evans' best role since Captain America.
I agree. I did not like him in that Joe Russo produced action movie, and I didn't like the one he had with Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah. Oh, the with Anna de Armas.
Yeah, I didn't like that one either.
So I like that one. Which one are you talking about?
Well, both of them he did. The ones he did with the Russo brothers.
Yeah, the Gray Man.
Yeah.
With or he's with Ryan Gosling, and then the was it not, is it Blocked? It's not Blocked. It's shit.
Yeah,
I can't remember. It was on Apple TV Plus, but that one kind of stunk. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. It had some pretty good action in it, but it wasn't.
I don't need to see him as he played the ultimate action person in Captain America. I don't need to see him lower himself as an action star, because you can't get any better than Captain America.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I did like him in Gray Man though. I like Gray Man more than you did.
He stretched himself here.
Yeah,
I thought.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. No, this was an acting role for him. This was something not, this is something off the beaten path for him. Emily Blunt is awesome. I think she's a total biscuit. I love her. Her British accent does kind of sneak out in this a little bit, and I'm like,
I like her daughter in this too.
I like her daughter. I've seen her daughter before in other shows. So I liked her in this, and I loved the bit about her medical condition. I thought that was really nice.
At first, I thought she was faking it to get the attention.
Right.
But then, oh wait, no, she's not faking it.
No, she's not. That's something real going on. And I was like, oh wow, okay. So
it was a driving force to call that dude, or
that was the, and it was her condition that kind of was the catalyst for Emily Blunt doing what she did. And I was like, okay, so that made a whole lot of sense with the story.
And I chuckled too when why she got kicked out of school. That made me laugh. The way she was trying to bargain with the principal.
Yeah, and it worked because she was going to get expelled.
Yeah,
and it was like, okay, that's not the. And then she talked her down to 5 days suspension. And I was like, okay, yeah, she could sell ice to an Eskimo, and I'd be like, totally down for that. I like this. This was good. I would consider this a one-time watch. I probably would not revisit
I won't need to see it again.
Yeah, I won't need to see it again. And who should pop in but Jerry? What's up,
What's
Jerry?
up, Jerry?
Thanks for jumping in. I appreciate that.
We appreciate you, man.
But yeah, this was good. I was pleasantly surprised by it. I wasn't interested watching the trailer. I was like, the only thing that piqued my interest was the cast. But I was like, I'm not into the storyline. I don't care about what's going on, but I didn't care about Flamin' Hot, and I like that.
Yeah,
I didn't care about Tetris, and I like that. So I was like, fine, I'm gonna give this a shot. I watched this before I watched
The Mill.
Before I watched When Evil Lurks. So because I had to wait for my wife to go to sleep before I could watch When Evil Lurks. Yeah, she was like, I hate it. They're speaking Spanish and it sounds like people are dying. And I'm like, yep, people are dying. She goes, I don't like this movie. So I was like, okay. And I'm like, okay, I'll wait for a little while before I watch this. I'll use my headphones. And so I watched Pain Hustlers instead. But yeah, not bad. I mean, yeah, I think it deserved the second spot. And as far as the highlights go, we both gave 10s to the cast because, like I said, it's got a stellar cast.
It does.
Rich, your other points, you gave a 9 to the story, and I also gave a 9 to the story. We both gave 8s to the acting. We both gave 8s to the script. And then you actually gave an 8 to the ending, which I gave a 9 to. And then as far as I go, I gave 8s to the direction and the music as well as the wild card. So our scores are pretty close together. And I think rightfully so. I think this is a good movie. This is definitely worth a one-time watch. I don't know if this is a repeatable. I will if it comes out on physical, I wouldn't buy this.
Yeah.
But this was a good one-time watch. I think this is worth seeing.
Yeah.
So yeah, her with her daughter. I think the daughter did a fantastic job in this movie. And I absolutely love Emily Blunt, and
I really only liked her in Quiet Place, Edge of Tomorrow, and now this. Oh man, my oldest daughter Madison drugged me to the Mary Poppins movie. Oh, that shit was terrible. I almost lost respect for her after watching that movie.
I didn't like the Mary Poppins movie. I did like her in Devil Wears Prada, and I watched Devil Wears Prada because I like Stanley Tucci. But I like Emily Blunt, but yeah, Quiet Place, Edge of Tomorrow for sure. But since Quiet Place, I'm like, she can do no wrong to me. She can be in a toothpaste commercial and I'd watch it. But let's go to our final scores on Pain Hustlers, coming in second place this week. IMDb is giving this a 6.5. And look at this. Rotten Tomatoes critics scored 23%.
No way.
Exactly.
How many
Audience
critics?
score 92.
Oh. Is it because it's a Netflix movie?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm really surprised that they would they would do that. For it being, inspired by a true story or based on a true story or based on actual events or however they referred it.
Yeah.
But the audience score here is a 70. Rich, you gave it a 77. I gave it a 79 for a total average score of 78. And that takes our number 2 spot.
Watch it, guys.
Yeah. I liked Looper.
I forgot she wasn't even in that.
Yeah. I forgot she was in that too, but I liked Looper.
Yeah, I like Looper.
Yeah.
So our number 1 movie.
I didn't either, but I love this movie, bro.
This is great.
Our number 1 movie this week, you guys, is called Ballerina. This is also on Netflix. It's a Korean film, but like I said, it starts out dubbed. I would say do subtitles if you can. Otherwise, leave it dubbed. It doesn't do horrible. The dubbing's not too bad in this, but
I don't even do it.
This is a great action movie. This is so good. I loved how it starts. Oh, I loved her in Sicario. Great example.
Yeah.
Loved her in Sicario.
She was awesome.
Thank you for reminding us about that, Jay.
Yeah.
She was fantastic in that. Yeah. That was one of the main things. I love Benicio del Toro. I think he stole that movie, but she was phenomenal in that movie. Anyway, Ballerina. This not to be confused with the Ana de Armas like John Wick universe thing.
No, this is
a whole different thing. But Oh man.
She's a
I mean,
badass.
she's fucking awesome, bro.
Okay, but here's the thing. It wasn't over the top. It wasn't.
No.
It wasn't unbelievable. She got her ass kicked too,
Yeah, she did.
and I liked that.
Yeah. No, I like that a lot. Let me get to, is it that one? Is that one? Okay. Yeah. No box office numbers for it, which I expected, and I'm probably not going to be able to get a budget because it's Korean.
Don't
No,
sleep on those Korean movies, guys.
but no, these Korean movies, especially if it's action or horror related,
Yeah.
so good. I mean, we've seen a
This was
few.
better than that one you picked.
Yeah. The one where it's mother and daughter,
Yeah.
which I liked.
Yeah. This was
But
great.
this one was better. It had a better story to it. The acting was better. The action was better.
Yeah.
I got to see if I remember which one that is. Just scanning through our movies to see if I can.
We watch
remember.
a lot of movies, man.
We do.
I don't have time for, because I'm lucky in my schedule, because people ask me, how do you have time to watch? I work Saturday, Sunday, Mondays. I work 12-hour days, 3:30 in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. All my kids are in school. So I have a lot of time on my hands. And I watch movies or play with my dick, whatever you choose.
Which says a lot for his confidence.
Yeah.
But I mean, me, I work from home, so and I'm working on my own time. I don't have to really talk to anybody. I'm working independently, so I can have a movie going while I'm doing my job. And then I'm usually up till 3 or 4 in the morning anyway. So I usually watch another couple movies before I go to sleep, and I sleep 4 hours a night, which is great. Yeah, we were talking about Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
She's fantastic in that. Okay. So let me read the synopsis on Ballerina. It basically says, grieving the loss of a best friend she couldn't protect, an ex-bodyguard sets out to fulfill her dear friend's last wish, sweet revenge. And yeah, he is never coming over to watch movies with you. Especially if it's like, watch movies and play with my dick. And I'm like, okay, maybe we won't have a movie night at your house.
We're going to start coughing.
Me too. Damn it.
Oh, shit.
Love it when the weather changes. Okay. That was great, Evan.
This is why I love Evan.
That was great. Yeah, you know what, Rich? Just hand me the remote. I'll take care of that. You go ahead and play with your joystick. I'll worry about the controls. Okay. Speaking of playing with your dick, she is gorgeous.
She is.
I mean,
she's very gorgeous.
She's very cute. And her name is Joan Jong-seo. Also starring Kim Ji-hoon and Park Yu-rim. And that's the last time I'm going to say those. But she's badass, bro. The first scene of the movie, it's like a convenience store robbery or whatever.
Yeah, she's like nonchalantly here.
And she just walks up with a thing and she goes, oh, I want to buy this and here. And he's like, I don't have any change. And she goes, oh, okay. So she looks in the guy's bag that has all the money. So I'm just going to get change. And she takes change out of his bag. And they're like, what the fuck? What are you doing? And
she beats their ass.
And then she proceeds to beat the snot out of him.
Well, because they're robbing the store. She's not.
She's not stupid. She's not, she's not an idiot. She's doing it like normal. And then she proceeds to just beat the crap out of him. But her best friend is a ballerina, and something happens to her and she ends up
And
taking
it's
her own
very
life.
believable
Yes.
what happens to her.
Yes. Dell loves that. Um, and then the and then and then the girl who, you know, they were best friends. They like met at some cake shop or whatever, and they became best friends. And then she dies. But she leaves her a note saying, "Hey, take these guys out for me. You know, get revenge." And then here's the guy's name. And she was like, okay. So she proceeds to go there and just do this whole thing. And I got to tell you, there there are shades of John Wick in here.
Oh yeah, all over this movie.
All over this movie. And I mean the first one, the one that's not as
Over the top.
far out as the rest of them. Because I think the John Wick movies, although I love them, they're becoming more and more fantastical because they have to.
Yeah.
Just like the Fast and Furious movies, they just get more and more outrageous because you got to one up the previous movie.
That scene where she hunts the dude down at that one place, and then they go to that one place.
Yeah.
And that whole they're fighting the bell. I was like, oh damn, that's fucking awesome. I wonder how many takes it took him to do that.
I don't know, but
that's a great shot.
I love this shot. She's in an elevator and she's basically looking at herself, and then it's like an infinity mirror. And I was like, dude, I love that shot. There are some beautiful shots in here. They're some of the best action I've seen all year in movies. And some really great gunplay, like John Wick level gunplay. Donnie Yen level fight scenes.
I agree.
Great knife fights. Like, I mean, like the stuff she does before the dude comes in with the shotgun, she like razor blade that dude's face. And I was like, man, I would hate to piss this girl off. She is badass.
I wonder.
What's up, Jerry? I don't think that's the same Jerry. That's a different Jerry.
Are you sure?
I don't think. Is it
the same picture?
Oh. Is it the same picture? Yep. No, same one. Okay, so you went away and came back. You're messing me up, Jerry. But yeah, you said hey, and we said hey, and then I was like, is Jerry back or is that a different Jerry? And I'm like, nope, that's the same Jerry. Welcome back, brother. This is good. This is my pick of the week. I love this.
I wonder if this would have got a theatrical release, how well it would do from word of mouth.
I don't know.
Is it trending at all on Netflix? Because it almost would have to be, as good as this movie is.
I think it's number 2. I think it's number 2 on Netflix right now. But it might have gone down since I watched it. But
I was waiting for you. See, I watched this like a long time ago, and I was waiting for you to get to it.
So did my wife. Yeah, I didn't realize there's 2 of them. Jerry was on Richard Stream. Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's what it was. You were on Richard Stream. That's why I had that little thingamabobber. Okay, that totally makes sense. So you were on Turner Fan Stream, and everybody else is over here. But yeah, no, totally cool. We are live on Turner Fan Stream too, so you guys can watch us over there. But you know, most of the people are on the 4K Lowedown channel, and that's where the comments come through. But I will display all the comments, unless they're negative. And then we'll respond. So you guys, because we're also live on Twitter and Facebook, so we can definitely have people. In fact, my brother Mike was supposed to be on, but I guess he fell asleep. He said he was going to say hi in the chat, but I haven't heard from him. But anyway, I think we're closing it out strong. This was a really good watch. This has fantastic action movie. Good story, solid acting, great cinematography. I was really impressed with the stuff they did. Like I said, and I'm getting this weird feedback again, but you got to check Rich's screenshots. YouTube does him dirty.
He does. I love
Evan does. I think Evan just picks a point where it looks like you're taking a shit, and then he takes a picture. Or when he's like, okay, let's see where Rich looks like he's most angry at Dave. And we'll take that picture. And Dave's smiling the whole time. No. Balls deep in this movie. It was like, I was loving it. Way to dance to the end. That's right. I like it when she confronts him and she's like, I'm the ballerina. And just and no, dude, I'm just gonna say flamethrower, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Oh yeah,
fucking bad ass. So funny. Yeah. Holland, I would love to hear your thoughts on it if you check it
definitely
out.
Check it out.
Definitely check it out and let us know. It's on Netflix right now. Came out October 6th. I think this is really good. I think if it released in the theater, I think it would make money because people would think it was the Ana de Armas one. Because that's
that movie got canceled.
It still said it's supposed to come out next year, but
it is.
Yeah, but I heard series, like a limited series or something now, but I don't know. I think that might be just the Continental.
I haven't even watched that yet.
It's me. It's YouTube. Trust me. Wait till I send you this one. Yeah. Just finished. Exorcist 3 is good, bro. I liked it. It's got one of the best jump scares and death scenes that
I've ever seen it.
I love that. The hospital one with the nun where the dude walks and the nun just shows up behind her and behind him, and she's got like hedge clippers or something. I should chop that dude's head off. Totally loved it. But yeah, no, I liked Exorcist 3.
Did they turn the Exorcist 3 into a slasher or what?
Well, no, it was still well, yeah, kind of, because in Exorcist 3, it's the priest that's possessed. Right? So the priest,
I've never seen it.
Okay, so the priest didn't die. From the first Exorcist, the priest that threw himself out the window, went down the stairs, he didn't actually die. So they find him in an insane asylum, and he's still possessed, but he's in a straitjacket and he's stuck in a soft room. And Jerry's right. It's more of a detective movie. It's kind of like there's a serial killer, like people dying and stuff, but it's all connected to Damien Karras, who's kind of like infecting people from inside the insane asylum. So it's pretty good.
Jerry, did you like the
old lady climbing the ceiling? Loved it.
TV show.
Rich, I think you're right on your Marvel's prediction. I think so too. I was even going to go lower than that for opening.
I'm going to say around 60 million. That's going to open up to.
Yeah. I think so. I think that's about right. You got my Paranormal Activity bot set. Oh yeah, nice. Cut slice all across. Oh, the box cut slice. I was
going to get that box set.
No. Man, should see my Pumpkinhead 4K is just totally trashed. I'm so pissed. Return it? I couldn't return it. I don't have the receipt.
Oh damn!
I couldn't find the receipt for it, and I tried to super glue it, and it worked for a little bit, and then just came right back apart. So that's why I was trying to show you guys.
Oh yeah, that's right.
On Monday when we did the show, and I'm just gonna seal it, and I'll only open it when I need to, when I'm going to watch the movie. But like an hour and a half round trip to to do an Amazon return. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. It's one of those, if you get that like on the Prime Day or whatever, you're like, okay, well, crap. All right. So let's talk about our highlights for Ballerina. Coming in #1 this week, you guys. let's see. Rich, your highest is a 9 for the wild card. And then you gave 8s to the acting, story, script, cinematography, and direction. 7s to plot, ending, and music. I gave 2 10s here, 1 to cinematography and 1 to the wild card, and then 8s to acting, plot, 9 to the ending, 8 to story, 8 to script, 8 to direction. And I lucked out. 2 people I recognized in this movie were the old couple that sold her the weapons. I recognized both of those people.
That made me chuckle.
From other, I like them. That was funny.
Yeah.
Do you use your phone number when you buy from Best Buy? Yes.
Then they should have it in your file.
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
Well, it's too fucking late now. You super glued it.
It's too late now. It's opened and already fucked with it. So yeah, no, I'm fine. That's fine. I almost bought another one today and then went to return this one in its place and get my money back. But no, I'm not like that. I'm just not that type of person. But it wouldn't be, I don't see that as a bad thing. I just don't feel like I should do that. But anyway, let's go. It's a 2-hour round trip, and I'm just like, nah. Let's go to our final scores.
It is Pumpkinhead.
Yeah, it's not a great movie. I like the Steelbook, but I'm not gonna just open it constantly and watch it like 50 million times. I might watch it once a year. But final scores on Ballerina coming in first place this week, you guys. IMDb is giving this a 6.2. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 100%.
Wow.
With 10 reviews, though.
Oh,
10 reviews. Audience score 72%. Rich, you gave it a 75. I gave it an 82 for a total average score of 78.5. And that's our top spot. So, Jeff, it was half off, just not completely cut in two. All right. Good show. Good group this week.
Yeah.
Like I said, I did not care for Fair Play, but it's a good movie. I thought the mill was completely worthless, but I want a sequel. So, take that as you come. So, and
this was an extra long episode.
We went 2 hours. So what have we got next week?
Next week, I knew you were going to ask me. I should have had it pulled up.
Yep.
Next week is the 8th. So yes. We are back to we got 3. We're back to 6 movies.
We've got 6.
6. Yeah.
No, we've got 6 because we added Retribution, so we've got 6.
That's right. Well, first movie up, Retribution, which is on DVD, Blu-ray, 4K. I don't know if it's getting a 4K release.
No, I just got Blu-ray.
Naiad, which is a Netflix, and I'm thinking, just by looking at the trailer and the people in it, this could be an Oscar movie, Oscar contender.
Okay.
But then we got Desperation Road, which is not an Oscar contender, which is on digital.
Yeah, Mel Gibson.
Yeah, and then we have Awareness, which is on Prime Video.
Yep.
And then the one Dave is biting at the chops to fucking watch.
I can't
He's
wait.
He's so excited.
I mean, I can't wait to watch this.
Strays. It's on Peacock right now. Thank you, guys. And then we have one I'm really, really looking forward to. I love this guy as an actor. I love his action movies. I love him in Rocky. Sly documentary on Netflix. Those are our 6 movies for next week. So, guys, if you get the opportunity and have the time, watch all 6. And then come back next week in the live chat and tell us what you think.
Yeah, or catch any of them that you can, and then definitely love to hear your thoughts on it.
That's your homework, guys.
Yeah. Holland, if you get a chance to see Ballerina, let us know your thoughts on that next week. Also, you guys keep in mind that our high fives are still going on. So on the 27th of this month, we are going to do a high five with none other than Caveman. He's giving us 6 movies. So it's going to be a high 6. but I'm making him replace 3 movies. So
Yeah, because
hopefully he gives us that list and we get a chance to watch those. And then next month for December, we're going to do a special holiday episode of High Five with our special guest, KB from KB Loves Movies. And he's going to give us 5 of his favorite holiday movies for us to review and score. And I can't wait for that. I'd love to have KB on the show. It's going to be awesome. Also look for Corey from Wilkie's Music and Movies. He's going to be with us for an episode of By the Numbers, hopefully this month. And just waiting for him to confirm the date. And our shows are normally on Wednesday, but because of Thanksgiving week, we're going Monday that week. So our By the Numbers episode, if memory serves, is 45, is going to be on the 20th. Which is Monday. So we'll, as we get closer to that, we will announce that we're going to be on Monday the 20th, but just keep that in mind. Thanksgiving week, we are not going to preempt. We're still going to do the show because we want to do as many episodes as we can this year. And so we're going to go on the 20th, and then everybody else, I hope you guys enjoy the Thanksgiving holiday. I guess Killers of the Flower Moon, I think we're going to wait for streaming or physical release, Jay, but once we get it on the books to review it, I will let you know the schedule, and then we will definitely have you on for that week. So just keep that in mind.
And you got to watch all the movies, not just one.
Yeah, you got to watch every movie that we're going to do with Killers of the Flower Moon. So just keep that in mind. But we will have you on, and can't wait for that to happen. We just don't know when it'll get a streaming release.
He's an Iowa boy, so I'm looking forward to that.
No, you could just drive down the street and pick him up and bring him up.
I'll probably
bring him over. Yeah, your dick. Hey, you want to come over and watch movies? But yeah, no, I can't wait to have Jay on the show. It's just we decided not to see Killers of the Flower Moon in the theater. We kind of came to that decision, and then but once we do, we'll have you on the show for sure. KB is awesome. Corey, I can't wait to have you on the show, brother. Let me know which date works for you. If none of the shows this month work, once we get December's list, we'll send that to you. Either way, totally. Corey's awesome. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it. Sounds good. Laugh out loud, playing with your dick. I got to see both your hands, bro, before we finish. I just want to make sure that you're clear. Okay. I just want to make sure that we're not already preempting the next week's show. But it's a great show, brother. I'm happy. I think we talked about all the stuff that we needed to talk about, and
I want to just thank everybody in the chat, man. Thank you for spending your evening. It's been 2 hours, almost 15 minutes. Thank you for spending it with us. Man,
we still have 11 people on, you guys. This has been great. Yeah, thank you so much for staying with us. We've got 6 more next week. I think we'll start to taper down back to 5.
Yeah, we're tapering down back to 5 because we wanted to get as many more movies in.
The 29th episode is going to be back to 5, I think.
Yeah,
and then but we're doing 6
again. There's not a whole lot coming out in theater, so we're going to be sticking with either digital releases. Netflix is putting a lot of stuff out. So we're going to be looking at a lot of Netflix stuff.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you.
But yeah, a lot of there was no theatrical stuff except for maybe Five Nights at Freddy's. But we didn't watch it in the theater. But yeah, I think our next one is Marvels.
Yeah. That's next week.
That's next week. We're doing Marvels.
Oh, shit. I'm looking forward to
that. I'm kind of interested in watching it, but I don't know. I'm not off the bandwagon, but I'm just kind of running alongside the wagon.
I'm trying to hold on, but
I'm waiting. I'm waiting to battle roll into the street and just say, you know what, I'm done.
I'm almost there.
But yeah, you guys, this week, Dead Reckoning Part 1 came out on physical, and Blue Beetle came out. So if you guys got that, we've already reviewed those in the past, and we liked both of these movies. So I know I grabbed my copies. I grabbed I couldn't find the Steelbook of Blue Beetle. I thought there was going
Isn't
to
there
be a
two
Steel,
different ones from
but
Walmart and
I couldn't find one. Yeah, the Walmart might have one, but I tried to find one at Best Buy and they didn't have it. So
yeah, you better get used to that.
yeah, I know. Better get used to not having anything at Best Buy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm canceling my Best Buy card and everything if they stop doing movies.
Oh yeah, they're done. They already said it's
Yeah.
official.
End of March is what I
Mhm.
heard. They were gonna just no more movies at all,
Yeah.
online or in store. And I'm like, well, then screw you guys, because I'm not gonna do any.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. That's the only thing I buy there is movies.
Yeah. Well, guys,
Um,
thank you again
yeah.
for taking the time spending it with us.
Yeah, appreciate it, you guys. Again, there's going to be a recap here with the outro, giving you all the scores in case you missed our first movies. But for my partner Rich and myself, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week on the Faces for Radio podcast.
Yes.
See you later.